John Stuart Mill, 1867, in his inaugural address to the University of St. Andrews said this: "Let not anyone pacify his conscience by the delusion that he can do no harm if he takes no part and forms no opinion. Bad men need nothing more to compass their ends than that good men should look on and do nothing." Well, I was doing some research and I came across a story of my 8 times great-grandmother who lived during the Revolutionary War, during the War for Independence for America. And her name was Sarah Walker. And she was a Quaker, and she was a fighting Quaker. And she had a first cousin named Anthony Wayne. And he just so happened to be a general, one of George Washington's generals. And he was needing a place to camp during the winter of Valley Forge. And her house was pretty close to Valley Forge in the valley. And so he asked her if his men could encamp there. She took care of his men, fed them, gave them places to sleep, made sure they were okay, and just was a minister to them. She saved the lives of 3 men who were court-martialed in her living room. On her deathbed, her husband recorded that this little lady was laying there and almost gone. And I've seen this happen before, where someone is passing away and then they get this last burst of energy and they say something. She sat up in bed and she looked at her family that was gathered around her and she said these words: "Be valiant for truth." And then she died. And it hit me sitting there in the library in Fort Wayne, Indiana, that this lady had chosen the exact right thing to be valiant for. What else should we be valiant for other than truth? And today they're trying to tell you that truth doesn't exist. Got my truth, his truth, your truth. But there is God's truth. That is the truth. And that's what we need to be valiant for.